D.C. police say a woman is in danger this afternoon after her boyfriend allegedly kidnapped her at gunpoint from a Van Ness apartment this morning. Thanks so much for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Randy Bass. We jump right back into live team coverage on this Wednesday afternoon. Our Joseph Olmo is standing by alongside the crew searching tirelessly for 30-year-old Salita Lee and 44-year-old Marquez Parker. But first, we start with D.C. News Now's Katie Ree. Katie, police just wrapped up a press conference about an hour ago, and officers expressed quite a bit of concern for Lee and say her boyfriend is dangerous. What else do we know this afternoon, Katie?
Good afternoon, Randy. So, like you said, that press conference just wrapped up about an hour ago. But the most important thing that people need to know right now is that police believe Salita Lee is alive. So what we know right now, like you just said, she was taken from an Ava Van Ness apartment building at around 3 o'clock this morning. Now, police say that Marquez Parker actually tried to force her into the trunk, but then she was put into the back seat of that car. Now, witnesses also say that Parker was armed with a handgun. Now, that car of interest was found a few hours ago empty in a northeast neighborhood with no trace of Lee or Parker, and it was left on Ames Street, about 10 miles from their apartment. Now, police believe these two are in a relationship, and it's believed that they just recently started living together at the Ava Van Ness apartment where Lee lived. Now, police also confirmed that Parker is known to law enforcement, and they believe that there were no stay-away orders and no history of violence between the two. There is also video live streamed on social media that's believed to be Parker was the person live streaming it, and they believe that he is a person of interest. And again, that live
the Instagram video that we're in possession of, one of the two of them was filming, and I believe it was probably the suspect.
As it was going on.
Person of interest, sorry.
As it was going on.
There was, that initiated the 911 call. Yeah.
And again, police are urging people to keep an eye out for both Salita Lee and Marquez Parker. If you see them, please call 911. And again, Marquez is not a suspect, he's a person of interest. They're urging him to also call 911 or to chat with police. And also they want to confirm that Salita Lee is safe. But we will be keeping a tab on this and keeping you up to date with the latest information as it becomes available to us. So stay with DC News Now. But for now, reporting live in Washington, Katie Ree, DC News Now.
All right, Katie, thank you there for us at police headquarters. Appreciate you following all of that for us. At this point, just recapping all of the details you've heard this afternoon. Salita Lee was kidnapped around 3:40 this morning. Police have named 44-year-old Marquez Parker as a person of interest. Officers say he had Lee at gunpoint and held her against her will. There were initial reports that she was thrown into the trunk. Police say he struggled to do that and then placed her into the back seat. At this point, what's unclear is the connection to where that car was found along Ames Street in Northeast. It does not appear to be the person of interest's address. We'll continue to follow new developments here, and we'll bring you more live coverage coming up in just a little bit. Also breaking this afternoon, President Joe Biden is testing negative for COVID-19, taking a live look now over the White House where he's been isolating. This is his first negative test since testing positive last week. In a tweet he sent today, Biden thanked his doctors for the good care he'd received. He's also been taking Paxlovid, the COVID antiviral drug. New today, a car slams into a home in Prince George's County. Our contributor Larry Calhoun with DC Real-Time News was on the scene overnight and sent us this video. It happened on Walker Mill Road in Capitol Heights. The driver drove off the road, hitting the house. The homeowner says he was in bed when he heard a loud bang. No one was hurt. Turning now to a shocking scene in Silver Spring. You're looking at the home of a Montgomery County dog groomer who was just sentenced on 17 animal cruelty charges. Authorities searched this home there on your screen back in 2020 and took 9 dogs. The animals were living in unsanitary conditions infested with fleas. Now, a recent photo shows some of those dogs doing much better today. The owner of Pampered Poodles Grooming and Kennel, Carrie Seek, is on probation for the next 2 years. She is not allowed to own or take care of pets during that time. More carjackings across the DMV overnight. This map here on your screen shows 4 separate carjackings in Prince George's County. It all happened in just a couple of hours. Some of those carjackings were armed, some of them not. One of the big details in the incident in Greenbelt, Maryland. The victim was a federal officer. That information also coming into us from our contributor at D.C. Real-Time News. The 3 suspects were not able to take the car. Police are looking for 3 more female suspects after another carjacking in Bowie. Officers are also investigating at least 2 more overnight carjackings in Suitland and Langley Park. Also developing this afternoon, take a look at this video here. Montgomery County Police need your help identifying this man who's seen robbing a Wendy's store clerk. You see him there leaping over the counter, getting physical with the clerk there. That robbery happened about 6:30 yesterday evening at the Wendy's on Connecticut Avenue. The man in the video approaches the counter to order food. After the employee took the suspect's money, the man lunged over the counter, ripping the register tray out of the drawer. The employee and suspect began wrestling for the tray. However, the man was able to gain control of it, and then he ran out of the store. If you have any information about that crime, you are asked to call Montgomery County Police and the number on your screen there. And this afternoon, the Montgomery County Health Department is reporting a high rate of transmission for COVID-19. Right now, Montgomery is the only major county or jurisdiction reporting those kinds of levels here in the DMV. However, the CDC still has Montgomery County sitting at medium transmission. D.C., Fairfax, Prince William, and Prince George's counties are all sitting at what the CDC considers to be medium levels of transmission. New numbers today show a large number of parents won't be rolling up their kids' sleeves for the COVID vaccine anytime soon. A new survey from the Kaiser Family Foundation shows more than 4 in 10 parents of babies and toddlers say they definitely will not get their child vaccinated against COVID-19. Their biggest concerns, the newness of the vaccine and its safety. Parents who are not vaccinated and parents who identify as Republican were most likely to say they would not vaccinate their children. And checking in on our forecast now with DC News Now meteorologist Damon Matson. Damon, we're going to have to dodge a few raindrops today.
Yeah, exactly, Randy. It's almost like it was yesterday and on Monday as well. We're stuck in this same pattern where those showers and storms will be popping up. But on top of that, the most notable change that we have, it's warming up out there. Temperatures are climbing well into the 80s. It's only about a 5-degree difference from yesterday. But here's the other part of the forecast that is drastically changing. That much more comfortable dry air that we saw yesterday is retreating off to the north and is being replaced by a lot of muggy air, so it's feeling sticky out there as you go throughout your Wednesday. And that mugginess, it looks like it is here to stay for a little while longer. But when might some showers and storms roll in with all this moisture in place? We'll let you know in just a bit.